Now, DJ LeMahieu, big story over the course of the last 12 hours, or even a little bit longer than that, is that DJ LeMahieu is apparently miffed that the New York Yankees have slow played their contract offer to him. Okay, fine. So in doing so, his agents have come out and said, and I think he's represented by Excel Management. That's the group, which really means nothing to you. I'm just saying it because it's not Scott Boras directly, right? Mm-hmm. In that is that they're now going to re-engage with all the other teams that showed interest in signing him. The Blue Jays, the Dodgers, maybe the Mets, who knows who else, right? So they're trying to make the Yankees look bad and guilt the Yankees into giving him 5 years, $100-some-odd million. But here's the reality. The Yankees have told him that they want him back, and they're willing to pay him commensurate with what the market has to offer. And they've encouraged him, go out and get another offer. Let us know what that offer is. We're probably going to beat it. We'll certainly match it. And here's the rub with DJ LeMahieu. As far as we know, he doesn't have another offer. And whatever potential interest there is out there for him, and we agree there will be some, no one is putting a piece of paper yet in front of DJ LeMahieu that is 5 years, $140 million. So the Yankees have done nothing wrong here. They've encouraged him to get the best offer that the market's offering. They have told him that they will beat it or match it. And they told him they want him back. So if you're the New York Yankees, why would you negotiate against yourself?
There's one risk. There's one risk, though, Craig.
The risk is that he gets an offer and the team that makes him the offer says, you can't leave this room without signing it.
You know what? I wasn't even going to say that, but sure, that's fair.
Right?
We have heard since the beginning, DJ LeMahieu prefers to stay with the New York Yankees.
Okay.
That's what we've heard constantly. Would he be turned off enough by the Yankees and slow playing it, or however you want to describe it, negotiating in a smart way, Craig, which I agree, then basically saying to him, go get us an offer. If we want to match it, we'll match it. Does that lead him down a road where he says, now I'm alienated, I don't want to be back. I don't want to be a New York Yankee.
But the Yankees have said to him, we want you back.
I get that, but that's the risk.
And we're willing to let you shop it so that we pay you
I understand
the amount of money that you could get on the open market.
Craig.
Like, what do people want the Yankees to do? Hey, here's 5 years, $30 million per, because you're a good guy.
No, but hold on a second. Let's go back 6 years ago. You're a free agent, okay? And you say to the fan, this is what I want. It's a lot of money. And they're like, look, shop it around. If you get a better offer, let us know. Would you at any point say, you know what? I've been here for a couple years. I've had just make me the offer. Like, why are you making me shop myself around? They're humans. DJ LeMahieu's a human. You're a human.
Yep.
Is it possible? And everybody's different. But all I'm asking, is it possible that this creates any kind of resentment to when he makes his final decision? Maybe the answer is no. You tell me.
I don't know. I'm not sure if they've said, here are the parameters of where we are right now. And for them, it's 4 years. I'm making this up, of course, because I don't know. Mm-hmm. If they say to him, 4 years, $80 million, $20 million a year.
Right.
And he's at 5 years, $110. Mm-hmm. So you're $30 million apart on total value. Add an extra year.
Which is not that much, bro.
In the big picture, you can close that gap very easily.
Easily.
Yeah, listen, it is a lot of money.
Dude, all I'm
saying,
that
gap gets closed. And I can't imagine it's really much more than that.
All I'm saying is this. I don't think the Yankees are doing anything stupid. I think the Yankees are a very smart organization, and Brian Cashman knows I got a budget. And so I want DJ back, but I want him back at the fewest amount of years I got to give him. Of course. But is there a risk that this alienates DJ LeMahieu? Was there a risk years ago that they were going to alienate Derek Jeter? No, because Jeter ultimately decided, I don't want to leave the New York Yankees.
That's right.
Now, will that happen with DJ? I'd lean towards, if he liked it here, why would he cut your nose off to spite your face, the old cliche?
I think it's going to get done. I've always thought it's going to get done. I'd be shocked if the Yankees don't sign DJ. I don't know why this would tick him off. I think this is an agent, not DJ, trying to play the game publicly. You know, seeing like the crap that Trevor Bauer does and Rachel Luba, his agent, trying to play the social media game and almost guilting fan bases into putting pressure on the franchise, blah, 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 blah. Wake me up when DJ LeMahieu gets a 5-year, $100+ million deal from somebody else and is being introduced as a player for somebody else, then I'll believe it.
Here's the scary part. The biggest risk to the New York Yankees and DJ LeMahieu is the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays have money to spend. They've got a good young core. They've been linked to George Springer. They should be linked to Trevor Bauer. They're linked to DJ LeMahieu. It's a team you're going to have to play 19 times. They may be that team.
Going to find out. You asked about radio, right? There's a great radio story, it does not involve me, where there was a very well thought of show in another market. And like a lot of shows, they want to come to New York. I want to come to New York. I'm New York ready, that kind of stuff. Rather than just make a lot of money, good money, in the market they're in. All right? And they're making like a few $100,000 a year doing talk in another market. I got to come to New York. I want to shop myself to other stations in the market and in New York. So the guy in charge, you know what he said to them? Go ahead. We made you an offer. We're going to pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to make that money and stay here, feel free. But you're not coming back here. So it's on you.
Right.
If you want to test the market and you think that you're going to get more money elsewhere, God bless you. Go. There you go. And you call guys bluff quick that way.
But Cashman's not doing the extreme bluff of you're gone.
What would you like? Because you asked about radio.
Right.
So for everyone out there listening, if you've ever been in this position where you're negotiating a new contract for where you work, mm-hmm. and you're really good at what you do. So I'm not saying that you suck. You're really good at what you do, and you're well thought of. And if your boss said to you, listen, we'd love to have you stay. We want you to stay. We're willing to pay you this much money, whatever that is for your chosen profession. But that's what we're going to pay you.
Right.
And if you want more or think you're better than that, good luck.
Right.
We wish you the best.
Right.
But if you walk out that door, you're not coming back here. Man, that's on you.
And that's a risk. That's much more riskier than DJ LeMahieu talking about. So, but do you think that the word ego isn't the right word. Would you be offended by something like that if your boss said, go look for another offer? Well, because that's essentially what the Yankees are telling DJ LeMahieu. Go find a good offer. You think you're worth that? Go find it.
It's why people get agents.
Well, that's what's happening.
And I'll tell you why.
Right.
One of the biggest reasons to have an agent is that the agent doesn't always share everything with you. Because if it's you doing it one-on-one, you're always going to get less, and you're going to get pissed off.
Yes, that is very true.
Because their job is to get you back for less.
Of course, and that's what Cashman's doing.
That's their job. Like, they want you. Their job is to get you for as little as possible.
Bingo.
Now, when it comes to baseball players, you're still talking tens and hundreds of millions of dollars.
But Craig, you laid it out. That's essentially what Brian Cashman's trying to do. Yeah. That's why for any Yankee fan who's nervous or frustrated, they absolutely want DJ LeMahieu back. 1,000%. They want him back at the lowest number possible.
So I'll give it to you. If the New York Yankees, and you're a fan of the Yankees, if the New York Yankees offered DJ LeMahieu 4 years, $90 million, so $22.5 a year. I think I have that math right? $22.5 million a year, 4 years, $90 million. And LeMahieu's agent was like, nah, we triple digits, big guy. We got to get to triple digits. Have the Yankees embarrassed him? Have the Yankees made a mistake in negotiating? Should the Yankees offer him more when no one else out there's made him the 4 years for 90? What would you want as a fan?
No, I understand that point. You don't want to. But here's the thing, though. They say they want him. They wanted Garrett Cole, too. Now, I know it's not the same level player.
Sure.
But you're telling me that they only gave him $1 million more than the next guy? No, they made sure they went out and got their guy.
But here's the difference.
This is a guy who came here on a friendly 2-year deal. He wasn't even promised a starting job, and he came here and he won a batting title. He's been their best overall player. Excuse me if he thinks he's entitled to a good faith high offer and not have to shop himself around.
4 years at $22.5 million a year.
Yeah.
You're going to guarantee it. Was he 32, Evan?
32.
You're going to guarantee a 32-year-old ball player who has been great since he got here and has overachieved what you thought he was going to be as a New York Yankee. You're going to guarantee him $90 million over 4 years. Now, he comes back and he says, I want 5 years, for $1.25. That's $25 million a year for 5 years. So you're at 90. They're at $1.25, and there's an extra year in the mix. You're now $35 million apart and 1 year. You're the New York Yankees. What do you do?
Yeah, I understand your point. I don't even want to give money if I don't have to. I have no problem with them telling him shop around.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So the Yankees come back and they, okay, we'll give you a 5th year. We're going to lower the amount per year to 20. We'll give you 5 years, $100 million. So we raised our offer by $10 million total, all in value of the deal. Have they done wrong by him?
No.
Should he take that deal?
That's up to him, but...
What do you think?
Yeah.
Should the Yankees offer more than that?
Not without another offer
Not
competing.
without another offer.
And Chris,
that.
here's the thing,
But-
because I brought this up too about how the Yankees treat outside free agents better than their own, because that's
Right.
essentially what you're saying, and you're right.
When they want a guy, they go get the guy.
CC, Garrett, you're
Yeah.
right. But it's different because you're competing without any kind of home field advantage. You're trying to steal a guy away. And in the cases of Garrett Cole, there was a huge market for him. Right now, there doesn't appear to be a market for DJ, and it comes out that DJ prefers to stay.
So
when that story comes out, that weakens DJ LeMahieu, does it not?
I think
It
the
does.
story is exactly what I just told you.
Yeah. No,
I think those
you're right.
numbers are on the money as well. I think you're talking about a $30 million difference, an extra year on the contract, and I think that's where you're at.
Yeah,
So,
I think
that's where it is.
Based on the report from this morning, DJ wants his number to be close to what Donaldson got, which is 4 years, 92. Based on that, I bet you it's 4 years, 80.
That's
what they're
$23
offering.
million a year.
So based on that, I bet you the Yankees, if they've made an offer, it's 4 years, $80 million.
Okay, so
4 years, 75, kind of in that
But here's
range.
the other thing, too. It's their entire offseason. They're not going to do another damn thing.
Yep.
I mean, if you have to splurge an extra $5 million so you don't piss off the best player on your team, I mean,
Let me ask
I'm
you
just
this.
saying, I think if this was just the piece where they said, you know what, we want to save as much as we can because we're going to go out and get this guy, or we're going to go out and put all our money onto this guy, and we're going to bring in Bauer. We need every dollar. This is going to be the only move the New York Yankees make to bring back their best player, and they're going to allow him to possibly flirt with Toronto, where, listen, we don't know what the market is, granted, and he hasn't gotten the contract yet. But who knows if they feel like they're this close to toppling the Yankees on this
Right,
deal
they
and
might.
bringing in the Yankees guy, and they say, you know what? Screw it. We'll give you the extra $25 million. We want
Because
it now.
it takes
Why
away.
would you
I'll tell you why.
would-
I'll tell you why, though, because you brought something up. You brought up a great point. The Yankees aren't going to do anything else until DJ is signed. You're right.
They might not do anything else, period.
Well,
Tanaka,
but they
but-
need to. They need to help their starting pitching staff. They've got no experience after Garrett Cole for the most part.
Right.
That's why every dollar matters. You just answered it. Cashman's got a budget. Whatever that budget is, we don't know. Would you agree they need another starting pitcher after
Yeah,
Garrett Cole?
clearly, of
Okay.
course.
So every $1 million or less year they don't give DJ, they could use it on a starting pitcher. That's why it's important. They have a budget. And so getting DJ as low as possible impacts the rest of the holes they need to fill because they have other holes
Yes,
they
but
need to fill.
It's a risk reward. You want to lose out on DJ LeMahieu because you're holding out for Odorizzi? Like it's a risk reward thing.
But so then you're agreeing with something I brought up
No, yeah,
earlier to
I
Craig
do.
that you could alienate him enough
Yeah,
where
it's
he
possible.
says, I'm going to take the same offer, but I'll go to the Blue Jays.
I personally don't think so. I don't. And I don't think a guy's going to show up angry between getting $20 million or $21 million a year. But maybe he would. Maybe at the end of the day, he's going to feel slighted. Who knows? You know, you do get paid for performance. He's going to get paid per performance. Whether it's the Yankees or somebody else, he's going to make $20 million a year.